Welcome back to St Anne's here in Higher Openshaw. The other day, I got into a discussion with a couple of parishioners, and during the discussion, one of the things that came up was the church plant, the buildings in which we occupy, the hall, the church, and the presbytery. And one of them made a comment about, how do you keep on top of it, Father? They said it was hard enough trying to keep on top of doing things at home. So, this got me thinking about what exactly have I been able to do to the plant since I arrived here some 8.5 years ago. And, I started making a list of all the things that we'd done, and that list made quite interesting reading. And I thought I'd share some of the things that have happened with you, because they happen kind of infrequently. You don't see the things in a list, but it just make interesting reading. So here's what's happened, for instance, in the church. We had the front of the church, the actual sanctuary area, reshaped, if you remember. And then after that, we had the whole church and sanctuary recovered in a new carpet. We also had the roof over the porch area, which had been leaking for years, completely replaced, and thank God that's never leaked since. Then we've had other things like a new notice board on the front of the church, a set of new stations of the cross. We had all the kneelers recovered, thanks to Maria for that. The sacristy was completely redecorated. The roof over the side door of the church was repaired. That door was also painted. We've had a new loop system put in, and half of a new sound system put in. One of the things that I do intend to do in the future is to replace the speakers in the church, as they are also coming to the end of their time. And then moving on to the hall. Recently we've had a brand new alarm system put in. We have to have the carpets cleaned regularly because they get in such a mess. Again, we've had a new mobile sound system which is used for discos, and that can also be switched over because it's portable. We can use that in the hall. We can use it in the hall and in the church. We also have invested now in a new keyboard for the church because our church organ seems to be on its last legs. We also go back to the hall where we've had a new microwave, a new hob, a new fridge and a new freezer. We've had some new tables put into the smaller room of the two, and a set of new chairs for the larger room. Those are not new chairs or tables anymore. That was going back about 3 or 4 years ago. But as I said, this covers the 8.5 years since I've been here. And we've had the boiler fixed recently, and the hot water, which has broken down twice in the last 8 years, and those have been repaired. And then moving on to the presbytery. We've had some major work done quite recently in the presbytery. Of course, we had 2 rooms for Father Maloney decorated upstairs, readied for him. And also much of the upstairs was decorated 2 summers ago. There's also been a new bathroom had to be put in upstairs. Also, we've had the office and the kitchen swapped over, so we now have a new kitchen and a new office. The flat roof at the back of the presbytery has been completely recovered. Now, the covering on that has a 26-year guarantee. Now, that was done 2 years ago, and thank God again, that seems to be doing all right. We have had a new front door on the presbytery. We've had, of course, the removal of the porch. That's probably something that many of you have noticed, and that seems to have been a very successful job as well. The 6 windows on the front of the presbytery were also replaced about 2 years ago. We also had a new security gate put onto the front of the presbytery. And we've also recently had a major leak in the kitchen, which has been replaced. as well as, ongoing maintenance of decoration and the like. So when you look at that in a list of things like that, it does seem to make quite a lot of reading. And of course there are other things that kind of our money have to go on. We have a plot of land which belongs actually to the parish, which is over on the school site. It's the area which is now overgrown, which the old school used to sit on. And over the last 18 months, I've had to have 8 trees removed from there due to complaining neighbours about, their houses being dark because of trees. And that was over £1,000 just to remove those trees. So you can see that it is an ongoing maintenance headache, really, trying to keep on top of the plant here. I mean, and there are other things that I haven't mentioned as well, like, for instance, every time we get really strong winds, about a dozen slates off the roof of the church come off, and that comes off regularly, and we have to get people in to put those back. So you can see that it's kind of an ongoing situation. I'm just trying to think here of more things that we've had done. Also recently, the boiler of the church, I had to have the chimney stack of that completely rebuilt, as there was a danger of it falling down. I've had new lines put out on the car park. I have to have the trees cut back regularly around the car park. So you can see that all this takes quite a lot of money, really, and I just wanted to share with you today how the money that you give is kind of looking after our plant here, as well as all the other things we do, such as, giving to charity, the levies that we have put on us from the diocese, etc., etc. So I hope that's been some kind of interesting insight into looking after a plant the size that we've got here between the 3 buildings and the car park and the land that we have over in school. By the way, if you have any questions about, the finances of the parish, we, at the end of the year, we always have to produce an end-of-year report for the diocese, and that is available to anyone. If you want to have a look at that at any time, just have a quick word with me, and I'm quite happy to show it to you. That's it for now. So, God bless to you all, and, I hope that if you've been listening to this and you're not a member of my parish, but a member of another parish, then at least you'll be able to see, the kind of things that your own parish priest is doing. Because these jobs, we all have to do them. Often, they just get done and nobody notices and nobody sees them. But they're getting done, and we do our best to look after your property. God bless you all for now.